All right, back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Music, Life, and Love podcast. I'm your host, M. Soto, the host with the most. Thank you for the sound effects. It was slight delay, but I liked it. I got my guy, Leader Genius, in the background with the ones and twos and whatnot. He's doing his thing. He decided to join us on this episode that we have. And sitting across from me, I have a very special guest. I see her all the time when I come through the Digital Impact Studios. I've eaten at her restaurant multiple times for quite a few years now. You know what I'm saying? We done did game nights. We done did a few things. But without further ado, I want to introduce y'all the Empanada Lady, Miss Elisa Milan. And it literally cued in.
When I said it.
Yeah, when you said it. Because I was going to do the sound effect myself, but I was like, why not?
It just lined up so perfectly.
Yeah. So I want to say thank you for coming through, number one,
Thanks
because
for having me.
I know how busy you are.
Yeah.
Because every time I go downstairs, you running left, right, and whatnot. So I think it's really cool that, you know what I'm saying, you took some time out of your busy schedule to come up here and chop it up with us.
Thanks for choosing me.
Of course not. You already know this was gonna happen because the backstory is I had came downstairs and I said, you know what, I was on the phone with Lee and I was like, I gotta get Elisa up here.
Yeah.
So when I went downstairs to the bar, I had asked the bartender like, hey, where's Elisa at? Because I see you. He was like, oh, she not here. And I'm like, fuck. So then I was gonna leave, but I said, let me just have a drink. So I bought a drink. And then your cousin was there too, and whatnot. So after I left,
Did you know that was my cousin?
She told me.
Okay.
I didn't know that was your cousin and whatnot. I was just asking her about the food.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, what do you have? And then what did you get? So I left after I had the drink, and then you pulled right up in front of me. I'm like, what are the chances? Because typically I would have went, like, I had a drink in my car, so I would have left. But I think things happen the way that they're supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to happen. So I was like, all right. And then you agreed. You was like, all right, let's do it.
That's easy.
So I appreciate that. So now what I always wanted to know, and, you know, I have my own speculation on it, but the name, the Empanada Lady.
Yes.
Where does that derive from?
It is no genius thought of my own. When I first started, 2016, I sold my first empanada. It was Elisa's Empanadas. And I had a different logo. It was like an arch. It was, looking back, we've come so far. The first logo was crazy, but it was Elisa's Empanadas, but nobody said that. They would be like, the Empanada Lady. I started like in barbershops and salons, popping up at Walbrook Junction, you know, with a hot bag. So it would just be like, oh, the Empanada Lady's here. The Empanada Lady, you know, where's the Empanada Lady at? So when I went on the books and like started taking it serious in 2019, that was what I LLC'd. Because nobody said Elisa's Empanadas but me.
Okay. Okay, so now, okay, I got you. So now, I met pretty much all your family. I met your grandmother.
Yes.
I met your mother, because I met all of them.
Yes,
your
Mother's
aunts.
Day, my cousins,
Right.
my son.
So I met everybody, but obviously, you know, you was doing the family thing and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, you know, I spoke to moms, I spoke to grandma and stuff like that. So, like, the influence for the empanadas, like the brand and stuff like that, like the cooking sense, like, is it mom or is it grandma, like, kind of really put the stamp on how to make them?
Grandma for sure. But my mother was making them more often. So it, like, my first experience or time having it was my grandmother was making it.
Okay.
I was at her house. But as she got older, my mother transitioned into doing more of the cooking.
Okay.
So, like, my baby shower, my mother made 100 of them for the shower.
She made
like, and this was before the Empanada Lady was a thing.
Okay.
So it was always in the culture, though. Like, even before my grandmother. Like, empanadas are traditionally street food. In Puerto Rico, you hear them referred to as pastelillo or empanadillas.
Empanadillas.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
But it's always been in the culture. But for me, my grandmother was always the cook.
Okay.
My mother started cooking as I got older.
Okay.
My mother was always cooking.
Yeah. And I could tell, you know what I'm saying, you know, from just watching y'all interact and whatnot, that, you know what I'm saying, yeah, you really tight with your grandmother,
Yeah.
for sure. So like I was reading a few things. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Cali, New York be more.
Yes.
So now, how was the shift for you from Cali to New York? Like, what was going through your mind at the time? Like, when you had
So
to
I was an infant. I don't even know. So both of my parents are born and raised in the Bronx.
All right.
But my dad got stationed in Moreno Valley, California. So we were there for like 6 months of my life.
Okay.
Like I was conceived in New York. He got stationed in California. They had me there. Then he got stationed in Korea. We went right back to New York.
Damn.
So I don't even know what that
Like what it's
version
like.
of my
Okay.
life was like. I was too young.
All right, cool. But then New York, like, how long did you stay in New York? Like,
Till I was like 8.
okay, and then the rest, everything else was here.
Baltimore, yeah.
All right, cool. So now coming out to be more, you know what I'm saying, being out here, obviously that's middle school, that's elementary, middle school, and high school and whatnot. Okay, so in terms of just like the culture, as far as, because, you know, most of the, I guess on the mom side is everything is Puerto Rico, is just from Puerto Rico. All right, cool. You ever been?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta ask, you know what I'm saying? I know some
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans that haven't been.
My favorite place.
Okay, all right, bet. So now you, like, when you were here and stuff like that, obviously you probably didn't think about having a restaurant business at that time. So how was life before the restaurant business for you? Like, just coming up, you know what I'm saying, from high school up until, you know, this point.
Yeah. The definitely still rooted in like New York culture. Like I've always had that with me. My grandmother still lives in the same house. Spent all my summers there, every break. My son does to this day, every summer, all the spring breaks, he's in New York. So it was definitely a fusion of that. And that is so tied into the business just naturally. Before, like, I never thought I would own a restaurant. It was never on my wish list. I never even really thought about entrepreneurship. Like, I was always a hustler. Like, I distressed clothes and sold them. I sold candy in high school. Like, I always did hustler things, but I never really thought, like, I'd have a business of any kind.
Right.
So I came from, like, my mom, my aunts, all of my family has, like, medical background. Like, my mom's a practice manager. My aunt is a doctor's assistant or something like that. Like so I came from billing and coding. And
yeah, I read that.
Yeah.
I just didn't, so like when I was doing my reading, I was like, all right, this doesn't specifically say what part of health that she was in.
And it was always like back end. I didn't really want to be talking to the people a lot. Like billing and coding is like cubicle, my office. I got my paperwork. This is my assignment. I really don't have to talk to nobody to get my job done.
Is billing and coding easy?
For me, I've always been good with numbers. It's just like getting procedures approved, knowing that this matches your elbow and the insurance need to see this to get it paid.
Because isn't that how the doctors get paid?
Yes.
Okay, so you're very vital to that whole ecosystem.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and making sure that the doctor gets paid, but also that the patient can have whatever they need, procedure, medication, whatever it may be.
Okay.
So and I was licensing nurses that came into Maryland. I worked for the Maryland Board of Nursing, and I was in the endorsement department. So if you had your nursing license in another state, I made sure you met Maryland's requirements to get licensed here.
Damn.
So that was the last thing I did before.
How did you get into that? Was that just like a connection, or you applied for it?
I applied. I applied for it. Really just like at the time thinking a state job and a 401k. Like that's what I mean. Like the entrepreneurship was never in my plan. I thought like you work someplace for 50 years, you get your retirement and you go.
And that's where I'm going with this one, because I know we on the life segment. So here's the thing. So all right, so you did medical, coding and billing, and also certifications for nurses in and out of state, right? When did you say to yourself, like, hey, I'm gonna go full-fledged and open up a restaurant?
When did I say it? I still don't know what I'm doing now, but I think so. The idea of selling food was a bet.
It was a bet.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
A homeboy of mine. I'm very competitive, and I'm like the best at everything. And even if I don't know how to do it, I'm gonna learn it, and I'm gonna be the best at it. So that nature between me and my homeboy, he knew that, we knew that. He told me my food wasn't good enough to make money. You can't cook. Like, we talking shit. Like,
Okay.
you can't cook. You ain't gonna make no money. And I'm like, I'll show you.
Mm-hmm.
I popped up. He had an event that Friday, which that was what he really wanted, was somebody to sell food at his event. And I sold out, but I broke even. So I was like, wait, I could make some money. If my numbers was different, I wouldn't have just broke even. I would have made some money.
Okay.
So I think once I seen that working, I leaned into it. And then the state didn't renew my contract. I was a contract employee licensing the nurses. And instead of looking for another job, I just went full empanada.
Okay. And so that had to have been difficult, because I can't imagine that when you...
Scary.
Okay. So, like, was it, like, days where you was kind of like... Because, so at this time, what age are you at this time?
This was like 10 years ago, so like 25.
So all right, so you 25, 24, 25, and now it's like, all right, you know what? They're not renewing my gig or whatever. So now I have to, like, just boots on ground, full-fledged go through. Like, what were some of the difficulties you faced before you even did the business? Like, what was, like, because your whole emotional and your mental had to have kind of like been going against you at some point.
Yeah, no, I was terrified. I called my mom crying. I didn't have any savings. I didn't have a plan. Like, they gave me 2 weeks notice. Like, these are your last 2 weeks. So I'm just like, how am I going to provide? I'm a single mother. How am I going to provide for my son? The rent got to get paid, and I've never really left a place suddenly or really been fired, for real. I really, like, get another job and leave appropriately. And I'm very, like, A-type in my planning.
Yeah.
So with it just being like, oh, in the next 2 weeks, you don't have a job, it was terrifying. My mother really was the one who grounded me in that.
Okay.
Like, girl, we're going to make these empanadas. You're going to apply for a job. You're going to make these empanadas. It's going to be fine. And I went from the empanadas being available on Fridays because I was working maybe Friday nights to every day. So the money came.
Okay.
Like, once I told the people you can get them all the time, they were getting them all the time.
Okay. So that was a good thing. So I guess, this makes me feel like the lessons that you have to, like, go through in life kind of puts you in a position that you're in. And it's like, whether you want to go through it or not, it's going to fortify you for the next move and stuff like that. So a lot of people, they would fold in your position. And then it's like if you fold, it's like you're still going to have to pick yourself back up. So I think that was really dope. And then at least you did have the support of moms, like, you know what I'm saying, encouraging you, because that definitely does help. So now, all right, so, but at this point, it's not brick and mortar. You're not, okay, so now,
Still in the house.
you're still in the house. At what point did you make you take the risk and make the transition to say, hey, I'm going to lease something out? Like, at what point do you do that?
So I started popping up once I went full empanada. So I'm in different parts of the city, different places. And I found a home at Motor House. It was an incubator space.
I think that's why I met you first, in Motor House. Okay.
It was an incubator space, a small little, like, kitchenette area that I was selling out of, and I was at another place called Socialize over East, which was like a hood bar kinda.
Okay.
So I was bouncing in between both these places with a cooler, a deep fryer, empanada, all this stuff, driving back and forth, and I had decided, like, I have to pick one. Like, it's just too much on me going back and forth across town. I picked Motor House. Started being there like 5 days a week. And that's kind of when it grew. I got, they did a profile on me on the Sun that really, like, took it from I can do this by myself to I need help.
Okay.
And interestingly enough, they gave me 30 days notice they were not going to renew my lease. And it was very sudden.
The lease for the for Motor House?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very sudden, very, like, almost another cycle, like what happened with the 2 weeks notice with the job. Now it's like I have this business that's flourishing. When we talked,
y'all was doing good at that point?
Yeah, I was doing good.
Oh,
yeah, I was doing good. I'm like good, like $250K. Like we did a good year.
You spitting numbers.
I was in my bag, and 30 days notice. It rocked me, like, because I at this point I have like one employee, you know, like things are moving. I'm just feeling like I'm getting in my rhythm.
Yeah, it's the grassroots.
Yeah, I'm making, and like I said, when we talked, I was getting another year.
Okay.
But then sudden, they made the move they made, and that forced me to open the restaurant, because it was, again, it was another challenge, like the bet. Like it very much feels like a cycle. Like, you challenged me, you told me I couldn't sell the food, I sell the food. You give me 2 weeks, I'm digging in deeper. Now I'm making it work. Now I got 30 days, I have to relocate.
Damn.
My business that I've grown from in my house to, we hit 250 for the year in revenue, and you giving me 30 days notice. I can't be down for any time. So in 30 days, I opened the restaurant, secured the location, got the loan, got the liquor license. Like, everything I had to do to open a restaurant, I did it in 30 days.
And that's like last minute, and then you have to make these changes. So it seems like you faced adversity, and every time you face adversity, it forced you to put yourself in a position where it's like, look, I sink or swim. So I think that that's dope. And then I'm just like, man, this is stuff, like, I don't know how many people, like, me just going downstairs getting some empanadas or some breakfast.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I wouldn't know this type of stuff because in the actual, like, the restaurant industry, like, that's a tough industry.
Brutal.
So now I gotta ask you, like, when it comes to, like, do you guys encounter any, like, rough months where it's kind of like shit is kind of slowed down, and how do you?
Month.
In the summertime?
This month, July is historically, when you look at the books, the slowest month of the year for me.
You serious? But everybody's out.
But they're also, like, on vacation. You know what I mean? I don't know. I really can't make it make sense. They are outside. We do better in the summer because we pop up. So we'll do a festival. We'll do Artscape. We're at the Love Group Fest. We're at Camden Yards. But that's February.
That's okay. It's a
little cold.
So it's not the same.
Yeah, but the summer, we make it through the summer by being outside at the festivals, at the farmers markets. But the restaurant, it's a constant, like, a month away from this, we could lose this whole thing. Like, wow, it's always high highs and low lows. There's no like in between. So, like, if there are any restaurant aspiring restaurant owners, like, what would be, like, so, because nobody really talks about those times. They always talk about how high they are, or just the success part. So how do you prepare for that type of, like, moment? When it's like, when shit is not flowing, the money's not coming in, you're not getting, the people to come in. So, like, how do you really, like, gauge what you're gonna do? Or is it something like, hey, we going through the rough tide right now, like, we probably gonna get through it, but right now it's kind of slow. Yeah. My accountant is one of my best friends. Not, like, literally, but we have to talk. I have to have that relationship with him where we're preparing. So if we know July is slow, the money that I need to get through July is supposed to be put up in February when we do have CIAA, because we know we get an increase for CIAA. So I need to intentionally be reserving some of that revenue to get me through what I know is coming in the next 6 months. So we are forecasting, and I do have enough data from the amount of years I've been in business to, like, anticipate it. But it's just like, it's always something going on. Like, the fryer broke. That's $5,000 I didn't plan on spending. Now I'm dipping into my reserve that I needed to get me through July, but I also need a fryer today. So it's just constant, like, ebbs and flows. I really don't think there's a way to prepare. It's very much like baptism by fire. You really got to love what you do. I do not recommend, like, I'm not very inspiring when it comes to a restaurant. I really don't recommend people do this.
To do that,
It's brutal. It's so much sacrifice it takes from you as a person, like, your being. Like, I'm not always well. Just giving, I got to just absorb so many emotions, lead this team.
I was going to ask you that. Like, so how do you deal with, like, employees and stuff like that? Because that's not something that's like, hey, you got a manager.
Right.
Or if you do, I mean, you still have to deal with the, like.
That's the hardest part of the business, is the people. The hardest part of the business is the people, the staff. Like, you really need for me 10 people to show up consistently on time and give me their best to help me fuel my dream. Like, I need you to give a fuck. And then, but we're talking about humans. So something happened to you today. You had a bad day. Something happened last night. Like, literally, my chef is texting me right now telling me that he broke his wrist. Like, okay, so now I don't have a chef for how long? And then now I'm the chef. Like, literally right now, these messages are coming through.
I know. I saw you looking at it. I was like, oh, it must be something important.
So, and it's just like, he whatever, I don't even know what happened, but it's just something you can't control.
Okay.
I got to be ready to jump in. So now I know I'm on the line.
So now you have to go back to like, hey, all right, I'm back. And then I guess there's levels to being, at like where you're at, because it's kind of like, all right, cool. I know the ins and outs. It's just I've scaled, so therefore I can afford to actually employ people to do what I'm doing, even though I have to train them.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that there's other things that you just said that happens in their lives that may hinder them from being here and whatnot. So now so that's something that, a restaurant owner or an aspiring restaurant owner might look at like, yo, like, it's not all peaches and cream. Like, yeah, it's good when everything is going the way it's supposed to go, but what happens when something goes wrong?
Right, and something always goes wrong.
Yeah. Because when you told me, like, the you know what I'm saying, the thing broke, I'm just like, all right, that's immediate. That has to get fixed, because you can't make any food if,
You don't have
the kitchen is, if the kitchen ain't looking right, like, this is the lifeblood of your business. So now, all right, cool. So, like, I'm gonna take a left turn. I'm gonna take a left turn real quick. I don't know where we supposed to go now, man. Should I go to the music part? Yeah, you're just saying because you're like, I'm focusing on engineering. All right, cool. So I know we was talking about the life part and everything that you go through. So now we're gonna dip into the music. So, are there any songs that remind you of your childhood, like when you hear them? Like at this moment, because I know the restaurants downstairs, y'all have DJs come. So it's like, is there anything that, any songs that, play and you be like, oh, it reminds me when I was a kid? Or
So I love music, right? Like, love music. But I am the worst at, like, knowing the names of the song or the album names. Like, Celia Cruz definitely makes me think of my childhood, but I don't know the name of the song. I just know the song when it comes on. But even today, like, the music I love the most, I don't remember the album names or the song titles, but definitely the artists. So,
yeah.
Celia Cruz, Hector Lavoe,
Celia Cruz,
the Gap
legend.
Band. Yeah, the Gap Band.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Are going to make me think of my childhood.
Like, does like any of the music make you cook differently? Like, if you hear a certain song, you're like, you know what, I want to cook this, because obviously you cook way more than empanadas. We know that. So is it like a specific dish that you like to cook, and then like you playing music and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna make
my favorite music to cook too is gospel music.
Oh,
it's my favorite food to cook too.
I got you.
Yeah, because it's very spiritual for me. Like, it's very ritualistic, that I'm like putting all my spices into my cauldron and, stirring up manifesting my recipes and my dreams in these pots. So my favorite music to cook to is gospel music.
Yeah, that
my bag.
Okay. And that's very potent, because somebody once told me, they were like, you don't want to upset the person that's cooking your food, because they're making your food, and if it's with bad energy, you're going to eat it, right? Yeah. So that's true.
I believe it. Yeah. And not even like, it could be something you love. Like, you love peppers, but today this meal, it's like, why do I hate these peppers? And it's because it was an angry person in the back cutting up your peppers to, like, crazy music.
So when it so like, all right, so when it comes to like energy, like, do you read people's energy, because you seem like you got that spiritual side of you, or like when you're hiring people, do they have to talk to you, or you have a manager that they talk to and then whatnot, or do you want to sit down with them to see, you want to?
When it comes, I do read energy. I do think I have a very intuitive nature, very clairvoyant when it comes to things. They have to talk to me before they get hired, but In the beginning, I went more off of like, I guess, vibes or what a person felt like to me, who I thought I read them at more like integrity and morals and things like that, which that you still have to be grounded in your integrity and morals. But now, this far into the business, I need you to do the job. So I like a lot of stuff I used to care about in my employees. It's like, can you do the job? Can you show up on time, get this done without me having to talk to you 50 times a day? So they do talk to a manager. By the time employees get to me, it's more of a working interview. I'm throwing you in. I'm asking you to do something, and then I'm interrupting you and telling you to do something else because I need to see how you respond to that. Hey, working interview. Respond to this fake email, something, something. And then as soon as I see them like mid-typing, real quick, I need you to come make me some nata sauce. And it's like, you just told me to do this, but I need to see how you respond to that. Can you go over here and do what I asked you and jump back in effectively?
So I remember seeing you do that. And I was like, I think, cause I was doing video, but you flipped quick. You was talking to me 1 second, and then you like, all right, back to business. You was on top of like, I was like, oh shit. I saw a different side of you that I was just like, all right, I don't want to bother her right now, cause she just like flipped the switch and she got into her business. Like, yo, listen, you gonna do your job, I need to do my job and whatnot. And I think that showed how much focus and how like, you know what I'm saying, like tunnel vision you got when it came to that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, cool. She's making sure that shit is getting taken care of. So I asked you that question because I'm just like, anybody could like sit here and sell themselves. So it's funny that you say, all right, by the time you talk to me, it's trial by fire. Now I'm going to see if you could be put to the test off of what you said. So you're not really going off of lip service.
Right.
Okay, so whoever comes through to work for you, they have to actually show some type of effort and whatnot.
Bartenders have to make drinks. Chefs have to cook food. Man, like before you get the job, I need to see you do this. Like, the cooks come in for working interviews, and they get paid a couple dollars for a couple hours. I try to put them on when I think we're going to be in high volume, and just, can you follow direction? Are you retaining stuff?
Okay, because, all right, so like, all right, this is something that I've never known. The cooks, how do you gauge whether or not if you're going to retain them as far as, or if you're going to hire them? Excuse me, not retain, but if you're going to hire them.
So definitely going through my manager first.
Okay.
They are still getting that verbal vetting.
Okay.
So, were you on time? What did you look like when you came in? What the feedback from the verbal interview? Because a lot of people don't even get to me because they don't pass that part. So then the people that do get to me, now you have a working interview. Again, are you on time? What do you have on? Can you read the tickets? If I'm... the working interview is more about soft skills. So what do you have?
Okay.
I don't expect you to know how to make my grandmother's empanadas walking in the door. I do expect you to be able to fry a piece of catfish as a cook. So the things we have on the menu, like fried catfish or quesadillas or just kind of standard things that like I didn't invent, I need to know you can do that. And if you can't work here. I'm not training you how to cook. I'm training you how to do my stuff my way. But I need you to walk in with skills.
So a level of know-how, like, you know what I'm saying? You're not just fresh off the street. So now, I mean, you mentioned something very interesting, your grandmother's, you know what I'm saying, recipe, or, the family recipe. So now, how do you feel about, what do they have to get to in order to get the recipe and not, like, take it somewhere else? Because that's your golden ticket. That's like the sauce right there. So it's like, I'm gonna show you how I do my joint. You know what I'm saying? I've known people that Lee, he didn't show me none of this stuff. It took me years to finally learn this, and then he showed it to me. So how do you gauge that?
So everybody that works for me is on an NDA. There is a level of like, you can't leave me and go work for an empanada place for 2 years.
What's that called? A competitive agreement? I think. Lee, what's that called? All right.
Yeah, it's in my NDA. I think you might be talking about like a non-compete clause.
There we go, non-compete.
Yeah, but it's in the NDA. It's a lot of stuff in there. You can't leave and just be like, I'm a horrible piece of shit. Like certain things you just can't do. So I do have that layer of protection that came from a program, a cohort I was in, and they lined me up with LDA Piper, that law firm. I think I'm saying it wrong. So they did a lot of my contracts. So that's one layer of protection. And then there's another part of like, I can give you the recipe and you could never go be me. You know, like it's also that, like I could give you the recipe, you could leave and try to start an empanada business. It's not, what I'm doing is like divinely aligned. I really believe it's deeply rooted in my ancestors, my family recipes, you know, in Puerto Rico, even on my dad's side, like I'm Black and Puerto Rican, and both sides I come from cooking families, like aunts and grandmothers with like thick recipe books. Like I come
for
from
real?
that.
Damn.
So I could, I don't know. I just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of chefs that have gotten to the point where they're like making the empanada fillings. It does take a while, a lot of training. 'Cause even if I give a recipe, for example, like the ground beef, it might say use 2 cups of sazon, but when I'm cooking and I'm looking at color and taste, I might have started with 2 cups and at some point added a little bit more, and that's not in the recipe. So when I'm training cooks to do those items, it takes a while for me to even release it. I have to like do it with you so much, because we have to account for those moments where I would just intuitively add something or throw something in there that's not going to be on the recipe, and I need you to know that finesse. Like, we're looking for a color, we're looking for a flavor. Taste the food. Like, don't cook anything in my kitchen that you did not taste. Taste it. What does it need? And then wanting you to be able to identify, like, oh, it probably needs a little bit more garlic. It probably needs a little more cilantro. Like, I need you to sense it.
Right. Okay. So the chefs, they gotta kind of, that's a whole training course. They gotta like really like know how to do it. But that's your signature. So ain't nobody gonna be able to mess with that. Okay. All right. So yeah, they ain't gonna be able. So now I got a couple other questions here. So, you know, celebrities these days, a lot of celebrities, they're going on TV, they're doing like these cooking shows, right? So now, I'm gonna name a couple of celebrities, and I want you to tell me, who do you think will be able to survive a shift in your kitchen, all right? Snoop Dogg, Bad Bunny, Khalees, and Jay-Z.
Hove.
Hov would be able to, all right, so Hov would be able to cook up some empanadas?
Yeah, I think also I'm a whole venger, so like
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm also that, but that hustler, he's a hustler.
Okay.
You know, he's coming from the project.
That's true.
What he's doing now and navigating that, he probably is so adaptable and receptive and just a quick study. Like, you don't really have time to, like, you got to move.
Right. Okay. So not Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, he probably, in your kitchen.
Probably Bad Bunny, too. I mean, just off of, like, he's Puerto Rican. He probably knows a lot of the recipes and stuff like that.
He be able to talk to people, too.
Yeah. Right. So we also got a bilingual advantage.
Yeah. So that's a good team.
I'm biased. I'm a whole venger. I didn't even think about it. I'm just like
Jay probably be able to. He'll probably be able to make some shit happen. Okay. So, is there anybody that would get fired in the first hour?
Who was it? Khalees, Hov.
Khalees, Snoop Dogg, Bad Bunny, Hov.
Probably Snoop, all high and goofy.
Yeah.
On my nerves. Probably gonna be in there.
I was gonna ask you that.
Smoking and being goofy.
Have you? Okay, yeah. This is going right into where I'm about to go. Have you ever had to deal with any of your employees that you had to get rid of because they was kind of high or whatever?
Yeah, the industry is full of drugs. The restaurant industry is full of drunks and drugs. Like, it's not something I'm proud of, but a lot of people. I've had chefs hiding gin on the line and like.
But obviously you're not gonna allow them to drink while working, obviously.
Right.
It's a
but
business.
I found out they were and then had to let them go.
Well, drinking is kind of hard to tell if somebody's drinking on a job because it's food. You're constantly smelling food, so you can't really smell the alcohol, and you have a bar. So was they kind of like sauced up and they?
I found the bottle.
Oh.
I found the bottle.
Okay.
That's how I found it. I didn't know, like, in this moment, he had a drink. It was like, but why is there a bottle of gin next to the seasoning? You know, like it doesn't need to be
Oh,
there. There's no reason
kind of.
this is there. And it wasn't my bottle. It wasn't like it was stolen from the restaurant or anything. But
Yeah, it's your business. I mean, obviously, I know like if you drink, you could still cook your ass off.
Yeah.
There's not, but it's kind of like, yo, this is my business. Like anything, it's gonna reflect upon me.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Like you managing mad people, so but you have to answer for that. So now, what I want to know is this. There's been a lot of different critiques. You're in the restaurant industry, so like, was there any critique that really like got under your skin and you was kind of like, nah, that's not how it is. Food wise is different because food wise, people gonna have their own opinion of you. But was there ever one that you was kind of like, I don't like what the fuck he said or she said, like that? Come on now, like
not. Yes and no. It's like I take everything with a grain of salt. I can very much take constructive criticism. Like I can take it on the chin. But I think it's just me having discernment from like what actually happened. Like, did my team do something wrong? Are you evaluating it because you don't have Puerto Rican taste buds? You don't even know what it's supposed to taste like, or are you just being mean? You know what I mean?
And people will do, out of spite, people will do stuff. So I'll give you an example. So like if somebody came down there and, because empanadas, they're very specific and that's the signature of your brand. Me personally, I like the empanadas, but when you put the breakfast on it, yo, I love the breakfast. The brunch, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The brunch is killer. Like we had the brunch at night and I was like, oh man, this shit was really good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, I gotta choose between the empanadas or the brunch. The brunch is more filling. Empanadas, I would have to order a bunch of them, but at least I have that variety. Now, if somebody comes there and they say, oh, they criticize the empanadas and like, yeah, I don't like the empanadas because X, Y, and Z, da 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 da. Like, I mean, how does that make you feel? I mean, because it's just one or two people, and it's like, all right, whatever. Or are you kind of like, all right, well, maybe I should do something different, or you don't get driven by that?
Yeah, I think it's just back to the discernment because what are you saying about them specifically? Like,
Okay.
Was it overcooked and my team overcooked it and we need to remake this and you didn't get the experience that we wanted you to have? Or are you critiquing flavors from recipes from my family that you really can't talk about? You know, like I can dismiss certain things and receive certain things and apply it. I don't need I also have served over 1 million people in the longevity of my business. So everybody's not gonna like it. You know, we have bold Puerto Rican flavors. We're using garlic and cilantro and our spices, our flavors are loud. So everything isn't for everybody, but we do try to have something for everybody. So we have like a Philly cheesesteak empanada. That's not authentic Puerto Rican. That's a version to meet someone's flavor palette that's looking for something familiar. So you can start with the Philly, fall in love with that, and then ease your way to one of the flavors that are traditional. We have vegan, we have sweet ones. Maybe you don't, it's like, oh, I've only had sweet empanadas. Okay, we'll try our apple.
Right.
Fall in love with that, then gradually get to the savory. So, I mean, it hurts. Like, I'm an artist and I'm
that's what I want to know. Like, how do you feel about it?
It bothers me. I can't say it doesn't bother me. I think it's just discernment and like placing the emotion where it needs to be. Like, yeah, I want you to like it, but what didn't you like about it? You know, and then I kind of use that to determine if it matters anymore.
Okay, yeah, because everybody's gonna have something to say. That shouldn't deter you from doing what you've always been doing and what's successful. So like, I've had empanadas from out of the country. We done did empanadas in Colombia. We done did in different locations. So everybody cooks to their liking and they have their own recipe. So I was just like, yo, as an owner, I know we want to kind of like appease everybody, but unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. So, okay, all right, cool. So now I'm gonna switch over to the love part. So we touched music, we touched some life, obviously, and now we about to touch the love part. So now, I gotta ask you this: do you feel somebody can fully like like have a successful relationship or love somebody who's an entrepreneur, understanding the demands of an entrepreneur? Do you feel like sometimes people don't understand your lifestyle for the business and whatnot, and they just can't deal with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever been with somebody who's kind of like, all right, well, you spending time on your business, but there's no time for this relationship? Like, have you ever encountered that?
Yeah, I've had every version of a relationship like I've lived, but I think you can love entrepreneurs. I definitely think it's a different type of love. It pulls on a different part of a person to be a partner to someone that is devoted to something other than the partnership.
Right.
And just kind of finding that medium is difficult for sure. Like, I have been single for quite some time, so it's definitely difficult. But also kind of like, I'm very self-aware in the way where I know I'm not in a place where I can be very reciprocal in a relationship. I am like in a state of like, just worship me. I just want it to be about me right now, which works for some people, doesn't work for others, you know, but I think when you just can be real with somebody at the door, like, this is where I'm at, this is what a relationship with me might look like, this is what I can offer, and this is what I can't, you're more likely to find some alignment.
Yeah, so my whole thing with that is like, hey, this is what I do, this is who I am, this is my career. Like, when you really want to get to know what somebody's doing and whatnot, you probably get involved in their stuff. You stay out of their way, but for the most part, you can still be with somebody. So I'm just like, it's really cut and dry. There's really no surprises there. So, I mean, I feel like it would almost be easier because it's like, you're not going to cut no cords. It would be no difference if you had a 9 to 5. You already have your hours. Although you're the one that's running the business, like, they would kind of know, like, all right, whatever works. And I would think that maybe somebody in the same type of field as you or doing the same things that you're doing would understand because they're in the same type of boat. So, like, for you, what would somebody have to like understand in order to make it work? Like, what's something that they would have to be able to like understand? Because a lot of people don't have the same understanding. So would they just have to? Is it the time thing? Like, all right, look, I get off at this time. When I get back, I still got a child. On top of that, you know what I'm saying? So how would they have to like, you know, understand you in what type of way? Or in what area?
I think time for sure is a thing because I don't have hard hours. Like, I work around the clock, so we could be on a date and I'm answering emails. I could get a phone call that something happened at the restaurant and I have to stop what we're in the middle of and then get to the restaurant.
Okay.
So I think time is a big part of like, that person would have to understand and I need flexibility. So it's like, okay, today's Tuesday. I might have some time. Hey, you want to go do something?
Okay.
But that person has their own things too. So that doesn't always line up because it's like, I actually can't do something. I'm on my way to go do whatever I have to do. But I think having that flexibility with time and understanding that if I'm invested and I'm giving you the time, I'm giving you the time I have.
Right.
Like, I'm not.
So it would work with another entrepreneur that's kind of like similar to what you're doing because y'all both have the same understanding.
Yeah.
Or no?
I have had strong relationships with entrepreneurs when it comes to like the mentality, but it doesn't always work with the time because you're running too. Somebody might call you. You might have to stop. And it's like we understand each other, but there's still like a bit of a gap when it comes to how much we can pour into each other.
Does that like bother you a little bit? It does? Damn.
Yeah, it does. Cause I want a partner. You know, I want a man. I want to be taken care of.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm just in this like spoil me, worship me. You know, it's just make it all about me and everything will be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can do that. I mean, I mean, there's people that can do that. So like, you're part of the journey. Like, does at any point because of that, do you feel like lonely at any point in time because you part of this journey that you've curated for yourself and like you're doing like nobody has to do anything for you.
Yeah.
Like, at any point you feel alone?
Yeah, I'm lonely all the time. Like, I think
see,
I live in loneliness.
so it's like,
Surrounded by people and
how do you?
isolated.
Yeah, but it's like, yo, you don't feel like that might like hinder you in some points, like. It's like why the fuck, like, I know, cause that could play on your mind at
Yeah.
night when you laying there. You just like, you could have, obviously you could have anybody laying with you, but at the same time it's like,
Right.
so you
not
feel
just anybody.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it's definitely lonely. It definitely plays, you know, I think companionship and people, like, we need people, we need each other. We need moments of intimacy that create strength and durability and can help you get through something that's hard. Being able to go home and be soft, like, it definitely has an impact on me as a person, as a leader, as a boss. But it's just like, I've accepted it as this is the game I'm in. Like, I don't think I'm lonely just because I'm an entrepreneur. I think I'm lonely because I'm a boss. Like, I'm a leader. Like, even within my team and my group, there's a certain mission and objective that I have to stay on. And that puts me at odds with people sometimes. Sometimes the people that have my back the most, because I can't waver. I don't have the grace to not show up at 100 today. Like, I have to do it. But you might come and give me 60%. I can't waver. So when we got to have that tough conversation about how your 60% ain't good enough, we're at odds.
Okay, so basically you have to know when to confront. You got to know when to be the aggressor, and then when to fall back, and you got to be able to flip that switch quick, because it's like you can't sit up here and be the nice person all the time, because then I think you would lose if you like. I think maybe you are a nice person, but when it comes to your business, it's kind of like you got to make the hard decisions, and it's like a decision that you make may affect somebody's life, but at the expense of it affecting what you did and everything that you brought into the table, like so it's like
it's not an option. Like, I'm not willing to do it. We're gonna have this tough conversation because the ship got to keep moving.
Okay. All right, that's cool. All right, so when you don't have to be strong, when is there ever a time that you don't have to be the strong version of yourself for everybody? When do you get a chance to let your hair out? I'm like, yo, I'm in my vulnerable point. Like, is it like a Sunday? Is it like, because I mean, you got to put on this persona that it's a part of you, but like, at what point do you kind of like, just kick back? Like, is there any point in time like you do stuff that you would love to do that has nothing to do with the business?
I've definitely had to be intentional about making time for me.
Okay.
For my wellness, like, went through a depression. I feel like I just came out of like a real depressive like year, where I was thinking about my exit plan. Like, okay, so what does this look like if I walk away because I'm not well? Like, forget whatever's going on in the business. If we had a good month or a bad month, I don't feel well. So I've had to be more intentional recently about the space that I create for myself. I don't really feel like I get to be soft per se, but I do make time to just breathe. Like, I'm back in the gym.
Okay.
In the summertime, I'm like, I chase pool. I love the water. So I'm like, if I can get into the water, it's something really like spiritual about just being fully submerged in water that really relaxes my being.
Yeah, water's a portal, so
Yeah.
you already know.
I love that. I've been more intentional about that recently. I don't really feel like I get to be so, because even within my family, there's a certain like, she's okay. Like, there's a, well, she has the business. Well, she's on the news. Well, she's in the, and it's like,
and I'll be like, but I feel like those are all accomplishments, but it's like when you go home and you just like, that's when everything just gets unpacked, and it's kind of like, I didn't get a chance to really like process all of this stuff. And then you're not going to talk to your family about everything that's going wrong. So it's kind of like, you really don't know what's going on, and you're not about to pick up the phone and go say, hey, I don't really feel like whatever. You're in those like emotion, like, so it's like, so that's why I'm just asking, like.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's hard to be soft and vulnerable, like, but I do know how important it is to make time to do it.
Shit.
Just to be able to keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a big thing that we overlook. All right, so Got a couple more, and then we good to go. All right, so these are just like random questions. So, beef, chicken, seafood, or pernil? Which empanada are you choosing?
Depending, every time.
Pernil every time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's marinated for 24 hours, and it's slow roasted in the oven for 7. It's so good.
Oh, so I know what you're doing Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Every time. That's my favorite one.
It is okay. I had a question. When it comes to Thanksgiving, if it's all of the you know what I'm saying, the females in your family, who gets the rights in the kitchen?
My mother. I don't want to cook outside. I don't ever want to cook no more. Like, now that I have the restaurant, like, I'm not in the battle for the kitchen. Keep me out the kitchen.
Okay.
As much as possible in any other point of my life. Like, I've cooked. I'm cooking. I don't want to go home and make it.
So it's not like y'all poking y'all chest out like, I'm going to cook.
No.
Okay.
It's like my mom and no competition.
Okay.
They're just giving it to her. We're all, the cousins, my aunts, my grandma, we're all just like, we let her do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, yeah. Mom do she carrying the flag. Okay.
Yeah.
So now the next one I got is, so you obviously you have a menu. Has there been ever a customer that had a strange request for a specific type of dish in the restaurant, or a type of empanada? Like, you know, people do custom stuff, but
not so strange.
Okay.
But definitely like wanting to alter things. Like,
Okay.
you should do this with that. Can I get that with this? You know, like even from brunch, not just the empanadas. Like, they want to like recreate the plates. Like, can you add peppers, take out something, do something? You know, like definitely wanting to customize things.
Okay, all right. And then I guess you're seeing if you would even give them that, or
it kind of depends on like the capacity of the restaurant, who's in the kitchen, what's going on. We try to accommodate all reasonable requests, but it also like just depends.
It depends. Okay. I got you.
So many factors.
I bet. What's your comfort food when you're not messing with empanadas? Like, what's your comfort food that you go to when you're not?
What's my comfort food?
Yeah, like, what's your favorite?
What's my favorite food?
Like that. I mean, just when you just want to chill, like, cause I don't see you making no empanadas in the crib.
No,
I don't.
I'm not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
What's my favorite food? I feel like I should like have a quick answer. Like, I love Indian food. Like, when it comes to like cultures, I would say like that lamb korma. I love lamb korma. That's probably one of my favorite things to go to, and I love Asian food too.
Oh,
so I kind of like go culturally. Maybe not a dish, but I love Indian food and I love Asian food.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So, I guess I'll close it out with this, you know, or I'll shift to this one. Like, what's next for you as far as, you know, scaling, and, you know, if you have any plans to do any more locations or anything like that? What you think is next for you?
So we do have the Orioles coming up. That's exciting.
Okay.
Being in the stadium. We're going to be in the stadium for 6 days straight. So that's going to be a big test to the scaling, being able to serve that many people.
When is that?
6 days straight. We're going to be there August 18th through the 23rd. So like a couple of weeks. So that's just going to, I think, put me to the test at what the next level of capacity looks like. Can we, you know, I'm like, I think there's like 50,000 seats in the stadium. Let's say they sell 30. Let's say we see 10. So if I serve 10,000 people a day for 6 days straight and I got the restaurant open, can me and my team maintain this?
Oh.
It's only 1 week, but I think the degree at which I grade us after that is going to tell me maybe I can do another location. We killed this, you know, like, let's get another one going. I do want a food truck, but more so for like marketing. I want to go on a tour.
That's expansion.
Yeah. I want to go on a tour. I want to hit the festivals in other cities and figure out where the Empanada Lady could be outside of Baltimore. Like, what city's showing us the most love. I want to literally announce a tour and like summertime, get the truck and drive across the country and see who shows us the most love. And maybe that's where the next location is.
Okay, yeah. I think expansion-wise, you could really blow, because that to me is like a franchise that is one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know of any
Yeah.
like franchises like that. But it's interesting. So for that one, for the Orioles, is like, how did that work? Like, how did that come about?
Through a partnership.
Okay,
so
good.
I did the cohort with Innovation Works.
Oh yeah, we did. Lee, didn't we do Innovation Works? Yeah, we did that. Okay.
In their accelerator and just like a lot of manifesting too. Like my manifestation is on like 1,000.
That's why I said you on some spiritual shit.
Happens. Like it happens. So I kept saying the Ravens. I want the Ravens Stadium.
Okay.
But I ended up doing lunch with someone from Innovation Works and someone from the Orioles, and we brought that to life. So I really signed the contract like January. I just made the announcement recently though. But
Wow.
We knew it was coming for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Well. First of all, congratulations, because that's not small. That's like really, like that's a major thing, because that could have been. It could have been the Ravens. It could have been the Orioles. It could have been. You could have been in DC. I mean, it doesn't matter. But I mean, it's still an accomplishment, and it's dope to hear all of the different hurdles that you had to go over in order to get to where you are now, and it's well deserved and whatnot. So I'm just like, yo. That's why I wanted to get you up here, because I'm like, yo, we pass her every day. We eat her food. We do everything. But it's like, yo, I want to at least sit down with her. Seen you on the news plenty of times. So I was like, nah, just sit down with me real quick.
And humanize me.
Yeah.
I need people to know that the Empanada Lady is a real lady, like with life and feelings and a kid and... You know,
for sure. Like, I mean, besides us who actually are down there and we go see you and stuff like that, it's like a lot of people that don't know and whatnot. And I see a lot of people always come through, but it's kind of like, all right, we're going to shed a little different light on this. Yeah. So I know for a fact you're going to continue to excel. You're going to accelerate. Yeah, you're going to scale. And I ain't going to hold you too long, but I do want to ask one question, and it's... mainly for everybody else. I want you to let us know where they could find you, where they could come and eat your food, whatever you got. This is your floor.
We are at 10 South Street, downtown Baltimore. We are located conveniently in between City Hall and the aquarium. We are here for the foodies, cultural enthusiasts, and locals and professionals. We do high-scale catering for both the bar and the food. We have an event venue space. You can rent our space out and create your own event and experience. We're on social, _Empanada_Lady. That's everything. TikTok, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, and the website is the empanadalady.shop, not com. So
yeah, don't get it confused, ladies and gentlemen. Please do not get it confused, and make sure, look, like Digital Impact Studios is right upstairs from there. Okay. So after you get your empanada, or you could order your empanada while y'all up here doing y'all podcasting, come on down, you know what I'm saying, or come upstairs. You know, I can't disclose what floor we on, because Lee is probably like, oh no, you're going to have to edit that. You're going to take that out. I don't want nobody knowing where we at.
Process, trust it, deposits, love it, boss type, become it, money, now. Count off, hundreds, touchdown, run it.